the grey man does whatever a grey man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey Grey Maniacs, it's me again, the Grey Maniacs Gather, for another one of my blogs. I'm actually redoing this because I had a really runny nose. I kept sniffing and I was like, oh, I can't put this up. I'm sitting there sniffing non-stop. I was doing it again now. So I'll show you first off what I just opened in the post. Firehair, part 3 of Firehair is a character who debuted my birth month, September 1969. I already had the first 2 parts of this story and I thought, well, I must get my hands to get in the 3rd part. So lo and behold, I have part 3 of Firehair. So I have that full story now. Try not to sniff. Try not to sniff. You know, it's like you've got a bit of a nose and you keep wanting to sniff. Well, then I've been going through my box 24 some more. The Battle for Bloodhaven. Featured all kinds of characters in this one. Major Force, Freedom Fighters, I think, are in it. I think there's a team called Force of July, although they seem to have changed their name to Shade. But I think Shade might have been a different team with Frankenstein. I'm not too sure now. There was quite a lot of characters. The Atomic Knights made a show up. The Teen Titans turned up as well. Green Lantern here fighting against Major Force, who originally killed his girlfriend. You see Phantom Lady from the Freedom Fighters. There was some kind of radioactive thing going on underneath Bloodhaven. Chemo had done something to Bloodhaven as well. Anyway, next thing I show from this box is 7 Soldiers of Victory. It was like a 0 and a part 1, but in between the 0 and the part 1, it was like each of the 7 soldiers had their own little 4-part story. It wasn't the same 7 Soldiers of Victory who had originally made up the team. It had people like Clarion the Witch Boy, who was like a foe of the demon. When I saw this iteration of him, like a young teen emo kind of wizard, I thought they changed him from the original, because I had read series 3 where he looks like more like a 6-year-old or something like that, but quite naughty, quite malicious. Uses his magic. He's quite an evil chap in his way, but he kind of seems innocent because he's a kid. And I thought they changed him and made him into a Puritan emo teenager. But apparently this is what he looked like when he first came along. I didn't know that until I actually got the first series of the Demon. There's his familiar Tickle there, who's like a werecat. Right, so lots of 4-parters of the different 7 different soldiers, all of that, a little 4-part story. So then we got Zatanna. Again, not one of the original 7 Soldiers of Victory, I'm sure. She's having trouble with some of her white rabbits. Yeah, she's looking coquettish in her top hat there, giving you the eye. Here she's like, I don't know what kind of costume that is, but I don't remember seeing any magicians wearing that costume before. I mean, you've already pushed the boundaries of costumes for magicians, Zatanna. Don't go cray cray. Right, this is a little bit more, I would say, acceptable attire for a magician to wear. Right. This next one, pretty sure this guy was an original from the 7 Soldiers of Victory, the Shining Knight, who's been around since the time of Merlin. I'm pretty sure this is a reimagination of him. I don't know if this is how he ever was, but it seems very much, although it's not confirmed, it's a woman posing as a man. Like it was a woman who'd joined the Knights of Camelot by pretending to be a man. Obviously, in that day and age, you wouldn't be allowed men wouldn't be allowed to fight as a man, would they? So I'm pretty sure that was what the idea of it was meant to be. I can't remember if it was actually explicitly stated or not. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a reimagining of the Shining Knight character. Because the Shining Knight character does appear in the latest Stars and Stripes TV show. And it's definitely a bloke. In that one, anyway. So I'm thinking it's a reinterpretation that Grant Morrison has done for this run. Right, the next member of the Seven Soldiers of Victory. This one I'm not too sure. I don't even know if this is a complete reimagination or not. A bit confusing to me because it looks like the Guardian from Metropolis, but it's a different guy. It's a black fella, so I know it's not the same guy. And it's the Manhattan Guardian. So not to do with Metropolis, but it looks a very similar costume. So maybe he took the Metropolis Guardian as a template for his look, and maybe took influence from him for, he's doing good stuff for Metropolis. I want to do a similar thing for my town. So he's the, but I can't remember what his name is or anything. I can't remember. I'm imagining that he was invented purely for this Seven Soldiers of Victory, but I could be incorrect. I don't remember ever seeing him before or after. If he's anything like the original Guardian from Metropolis, he's just a normal guy. Just a normal guy. Tough guy, obviously. Doing what he thinks is right. Alright. Guardian quits. Let some other bums save the day. Says hero on eve of Earth's destruction. It's made out to be like I'm assuming like a New York magazine or something like that. Anyway, right, the next member of these Seven Soldiers is Mr. Miracle, but it's not scot-free Mr. Miracle. I think there was a human that I'm not too sure where his story comes from. Maybe it was from the original Mr. Miracle storyline. But there's a human, I think it's called Shiloh Norman, I think is his name. So this is the Shiloh, I think I corrected it. This is the Shiloh Norman version of Mr. Miracle, I believe. Yeah, Shiloh Norman. He's the man they call the 21st century Houdini, the world famous super escape artist Shiloh Norman. I think he was taught by Scott Free, I'm imagining anyway. But yeah, why they went with this other... maybe because they didn't want to use the original Mr. Miracle, so they could, like, if they needed to kill him off, it wouldn't be such a big event or something like that. I'm not too sure. I don't remember if he does get killed off or not. Yeah, to be honest, with Grant Morrison, I'm hit and miss on his storyline sometimes, and to me, this is one of the ones that I thought was a bit of a miss. It was like, yeah, I don't even know what's happening after time. I was like, well, I don't know what's happening. Oh, well, this looks like quite daunting. Here lies Mr. Miracle, super escape artist, free at last. So did he die at the end of it? Or did he make the final escape from beyond the grip of death? I'm not too sure. Right, 2 more members of the Seven Soldiers of Victory. So I'm pretty sure only the Shining Knight is from the original Seven Soldiers. I think, was it not Phantom Lady, the Human Bomb, Uncle Sam, maybe Black Condor was a member of the Seven Soldiers of Victory. I've got 4. Was Green Arrow a member of the Seven Soldiers of Victory at one point? He might have been, possibly Vigilante. And didn't he have a second in command, like a kid sidekick called Wing or something like that? But I don't think he counted as one of the Seven Soldiers because he was a sidekick. I can't remember now. Anyway, Bulletia is the next one. Bulletia. I think she's based on an older character because I've seen Bub showing off the Bulletia a few times, like an old Golden Age kind of Bulletia. I think she was reinvented for this comic book. Strangely alluring. If you've got a thing for hood ornaments on cars, then she's your gal. She's resting on a bunch of bullets there. She's sitting. Let's just go up close so you can see the bullets that she's resting on. Oh, not that old chestnut. Yeah, interesting. Right, the last member of this Seven Soldiers of Victory, this iteration of the Seven Soldiers. I think what it was, I think the original Seven Soldiers were stuck in time, or there's something happening to them, and they were stuck in a void or a vortex or a limbo of some sort. And these new Seven Soldiers of Victory formed up to go, and they sort of went, and somehow they saved the original Seven Soldiers of Victory. I think this is what happened, although I could be wrong. I also get a feeling there was a villain like called Spider or something who pretended to be a Seven Soldier, was actually committing crimes and portrayed them at some point. Maybe remembering incorrectly. But anyway, this is Frankenstein. Obviously, this is Frankenstein's monster, but the monster takes on the name of his creator, doesn't he? I'm sure as part of the story, he says, "I've taken your name." So so when you say this is Frankenstein, you're not actually wrong, because he did call himself Frankenstein, I believe. And there's even Frankenstein's bride. She's given herself an extra arm. There's a Frankenstein and Frankenstein's bride, or bride of Frankenstein, should I say? Interesting. I think they were members of a group called Shade. Right, and the last one I'm going to show you today is number 1. So Grant Morrison, J.H. Williams III, Seven Soldiers of Victory. So look, you've got them all on here, yeah. Quite an odd team. So Zatanna, okay, Zatanna's good. So you've got two magic users, Clarion and Zatanna. You've got Frankenstein, just like a bit of beefcake, really, a bit of muscle. You've got Bulleteer, she can fly quite fast, I suppose. You've got Shiny Knight on his horse. Guardian is just like a normal human muscle guy. So, interesting team. Right, I don't think there's anything outside of this story. I think it was just this and then nothing else. One day maybe I'll get around to reading it again. I hope so. Right, I'm off. Cheers for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, Saturday tomorrow. So I've got a blog tomorrow. I've got another walk I've got to do tomorrow. I've got Cover Slinger Showdown with sharks to show tomorrow. So that should be fun. I've got my shark covers already planned. And yeah, please tune in for that. Oh, I've got a chat later tonight with Paolo Costa as well. So busy. I've got 2 podcasts I need to do as well, actually. My normal Sunday podcast, and I need to do my themed podcast for my Patreons as well. So yeah, if you like heavy metal, check out my Patreon. The link's down below. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a comment, please, and sub up and all that. Thumbs up, subs up, blubbly blub. I'm off, but I shall return tomorrow. Until that time, I wish you all a great, amazing day, and I hope that all your news will be good news. Bye! Why not sub up Old Man Collectibles? He needs a few more subs. Yes, sub up Old Man Collectibles. Go on, do it right now. And come back tomorrow for another one of my blogs.